very late. We've been slow today. So we're going to head further down the GU today from, I think it's Greater Seabrook we're in.
Great Seabrook, I
Great
think.
Seabrook.
There's a Great Seabrook farm, which is like right over here.
And there's a swing bridge literally right there, and then there's a couple of locks, and then we get to that junction, beginning with M.
Mar something.
There's a junction.
There's a junction.
And then a train.
Yeah, train.
And then we're going to head up or down. I don't know, is it up or down?
It's down the Aylesbury Arm. So we're going to turn down the Aylesbury Arm, which is the first narrow canal we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
All the locks should be just 7 feet wide. All the bridges should be just 7 feet wide. There's 16 locks between the mouth of the junction, I guess that would be, yes, and Aylesbury itself. We're only going to be going down partway today.
We should probably stop at the services as well and get serviced.
What sort of services?
Water.
Water. Yeah, we can
And
stuff the
see
water.
if it's recycling.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. And someplace to put the copious amounts of dog poo that have collected in bags.
Not just George's.
No, it's not just George's. Sometimes you have to just protect your own footing. Anyway, the Aylesbury Arm's kind of interesting. Like I said, 16 locks. But the kind of interesting thing about it is it's a 6-mile canal.
Yeah.
It's fairly short.
Yeah.
It took 20 years to build. 17 years of which was spent debating. 3 years of which were spent building the actual canal. Yeah, apparently it halved the price of coal when it was put in, and it was like a really desirable thing, but everybody came up with an option that involved bringing the water from somewhere where people weren't willing to give up the water. So everybody wanted the Aylesbury Arm. When they put the Aylesbury Arm in, it like made an economic boom. So it was really worthwhile, but it took 20 years to do. So
Well, I'm glad
George
they
is
did it
creating
because
more dog poo.
I'm glad they did it because now we get to do it.
Yeah.
Just got to the first lock of the day and there was a boat in it going up, and there's another lock straight after, and they were upsetting that one while they were still in this one. And we literally just came around the corner as they started raising it, so it was really bad timing. But they've said they'd wait for us at the next one, so just have to get through this one and then that one will be ready. If you've even heard any of this above the noise of the water.
We're in a place called Marsworth Wharf, which is just below the last 2 locks before the Aylesbury Junction, or well, the Marsworth Junction, where the Aylesbury Arm comes off of. And it's quite a nice place. It's been very clearly redone into modern housing and everything. And there's a couple of boats moored over there, and a little tiny alcove, and a extremely disabled kind of classic old cargo crane type thing here, which is nice. It's just sort of a pleasant little place, and nice views, good place to live. And right back there is an L-SAN and water and recycling. Only one bin, but there's some recycling. It's always pleasant and exciting to find recycling. lock 1, and right below it lock 2, kind of a staircase. There's 16 locks total, probably about a third of the way or halfway today, depending on how it goes.
Come down, I don't know, 5 locks
Yeah.
on the Aylesbury Arm, and then we got too hot.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, they're the thin locks, they'll be easy, but they're actually not that easy.
No.
They're not hard.
Yeah.
And the first lock, I didn't know. Did you know ahead of time that it was a staircase?
I kind of figured it probably was based on the sort of annotation in the map that said staircase lock. But well, I just just
It doesn't
saying,
say stair-
it's got a little one of those.
It doesn't say staircase.
That's how they
though.
mark staircase locks. Well, that's how they mark like flights of locks. They're not necessarily.
Anyway,
staircase.
so we've done the Foxton locks and we've done the Watford locks.
Yeah.
That were staircase locks, and they had volunteers
and a volunteer,
and they had red and white paddles because they all had side pounds, and there was this little poem that they taught you, which was red before white and you'll be alright, white before red and you're dead. So we did those, and then we got to this one. They
haven't coloured anything.
They haven't coloured anything, and the only instructions said,
it said this is the only staircase lock on the Grand Union South section, and then it said the middle paddle is used to fill the bottom lock. Before operating the top paddle, have the lower lock drained, empty.
Kind of made sense. You fill this one up and then that one fills the next one up. And we survived.
Yeah, we totally survived. We made it. It was easy. It wasn't really a problem. It was just the first narrow locks in a while, so there's a little bit of like, oh yeah, right, there's a different rhythm to them and stuff.
And then the rest of them just are really close together. There's not many boats moving, but there's quite a few moored.
Quite a pretty area.
Yeah.
It's quite quiet. Let's see, did anything else exciting happen to... Oh, George decided to walk across a...
Oh yeah, we had a first on the boat.
Yeah.
Well, off the boat.
I was driving towards the lock and I saw Joe going across the rear gate.
Usually you just put him in the shade and he'll just sit there and wait, and then when you say it's time to go, he'll come with you.
Yeah.
So I put him in the shade. These two men came to talk to me, and they were talking about their canal boat holiday last week and stuff. They were quite excited, and then I crossed over to open the gates, and George was like, well, I don't want to be here with these two men, I want to be over there with you. They just hopped up and like trotted across, and I was like,
see, I thought you'd called him across,
No.
because from my point of view it was like you turned around and then he just walked across, and I thought maybe you'd whistled or something.
no.
So yeah, it was a little bit strange.
And it was okay because the water was up on both sides, but I don't know how I'd feel about him doing that if the water was down and there was like a sill down there.
Yeah, so no more doing that, George. Thanks for watching. Like, click, comment, subscribe, doobly thing, bell, that's the one I always forget. And see you next time. Wang doodle.
I don't want to cruise today. I'm not feeling very happy, but I'm hoping that the cruising will help. There's a tree in my hair.
All right. You got a poo bag?
Yeah.
We got a poop ball up here. It's like not even a bag anymore. His existing stuff is turned into a poop ball. Don't forget my dog.
Huh?
Don't forget my dog.
I won't forget your dog.
So I'm standing in Marsworth Wharf. Marsworth. Let me look this up. Are a very large number of Canadian geese. Which are like my national bird. One of my national birds. If there was a bunch of bald eagles here, I'd be a little afraid, but you know, mainly because of the complete shift in climate. And also the fact that the tectonic plates that have Alaska on them have just suddenly slammed into northern England, or well, middle England. But anyway, it's, no, I guess I'm in southern England. Southern England now. Well, don't have a dental comb. And for that matter, no prehensile tail. So I'm not a South American monkey.
Before emptying the top lock, before opening the, I can't remember what it said, but basically before aeroplane.
Pretty good plane spotting area. Like, you get a solid view of the undercarriage as it comes in for landing.
It's a nice undercarriage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I were an airplane, I'd find that sexy. So we're gonna have to.
That's 2 days old. This is like the moment when we walked up to the temples in India, and it was really hot, and you're not allowed to carry your own water because of, I don't know why, but this Indian lady came to Michael with this stainless steel cup, and it was just glistening in the sunshine, and I was like, Michael, don't drink it, and he drank it, and then 2 days later he had a parasite.
You know what's funny about that story? There was a man.
Oh, and I said, you've just paid, and then they asked for 10 rupees, which was like 10 pence, and then I said, you've just paid to get ill, and I was right.
Yeah, got Giardia 2 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Palatanya. It's a hill that is sacred to the Jains, and it's like 30,000 steps, and you're not allowed to carry water because it entails carrying water bottles.
The whole way up, these guys were carrying these like seats. They wanted to carry us up, basically, but we were quite stubborn. But they were following us up the whole way.
Me specifically.
And they were like, "You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it." So
they'd walk up, and I'd get to a point and stop to to rest or whatever, and they'd all sit down and just wait for me, and they'd be like, "You want to ride? You want to ride?" And I'm like, "No." And they were disappointed because they wanted the money, but at the same time, like, they were sort of impressed that we'd done it.
I'm going to make curry. Like, it's really hot, but we're starving.
Curry sounds good.
Do you want massamam, or Thai red curry, or or tofu tikka masala, or tofu buna?
What's a buna?
I don't know. It's usually with lamb, I think.
Huh.
It's tomato based, I think. It's not Indian.
Oh yeah, no, sort of British Indian food. It's like a bhaji. Massaman, I think.
Okay.
A massaman. Or a bhaji. A bhaji. A bhaji?
I didn't offer you a bougie.
Oh, what is it?
Buna.
Buna. What's a bhaji?
I don't know. It's a word you just made up.
Oh. A buna sounds good. Let's have a buna.
So,
a buna matata.
So we're now.
A buna tomata. A buna tomata tomato.
So
I'm really hot.